This is a review of Halo Combat Evolved on the original Xbox. This game released on November 15, 2001 and was a launch title for the original Xbox.
Sorry for the quick comment, Chief. Here's a little extra. This orientation is past wisdom. Welcome back, Jeremy. We're having a battle raging status. Chief, please look around the room. I need to get a calibration.
In Halo Combat Evolved, you play as Petty Officer John. And that's it. He's referred to in the game as the Master Chief. In this game, however, they refer to him as a cyborg rather than a super soldier.
Good. Thank you, sir. I'll bring you the health monitor.
This game is one of the most advanced sci-fi shooters of all time.
Vital signs look normal. No freeze reverse. Okay, sir. Go ahead and climb out of the cryo.
The game starts you off on a massive spaceship known as the Pillar of Autumn.
Quick walk around the cryo bay and join me at the optical diagnostic station when you're ready.
If you choose to play this game on a higher difficulty, you do not need to do the tutorial.
I know the ordnance techs usually take care of this.
You're on this ship, flying away from Reach, a planet that has just been destroyed by the Covenant.
When you lock on, it'll change color.
You are a part of the UNSC, the remnants of humanity, who are fighting a losing war against the Covenant.
Okay, that looks good.
You're flying away until some Marine Covenant forces breach the ship and kill all of the crew members. You and a squad of Marines manage to make it to an escape pod and shoot out into space and land on the Halo ring.
Chief? Chief, can you hear me? What? Are you alright? Can you move?
And you see, that is why you should always wear your seatbelt. Walking out of that escape pod and looking upon Halo was one of the most magnificent things anybody's ever seen in gaming history.
Warning. I've detected multiple Covenant dropships on approach.
This is what introduced us to the new generation in
Covenant will believe that
gaming.
everyone aboard this lifeboat died in a crash.
Once you land on the Halo ring, also known as Installation 004, this turns into a rescue mission and a fight for survival, where you must rescue various teams of Marines scattered across Halo. In the game there are various enemies, the elites, which are a race of lizard-like creatures who act as the main grunts in the game. And then you have enemies actually called grunts, which are tiny little creatures that are very annoying. Then you have the jackals, which are birds with energy shields, essentially. You also have hunters, which are these massive colossal beasts with spikes on their back, shields, and plasma cannons. You also have an entirely new race, the Flood, which are an army of pus buckets and infectious forms that can infect creatures by messing with their nervous systems using parasites. Unlike the later Halo games, in this game, in addition to shields, you actually have to find health kits. And you cannot hijack or skyjack like you could in the later games. Later in the game, you fight Forerunner monitors, which are flying robot type. You kill anything with more than 2 legs, you get me? Increasing the game's difficulty not only makes you much more vulnerable to gunfire and plasma shots, but also increases the ranks of your enemy. For example, if you play on easy, there will be multiple minor elites, but on legendary, you will almost always encounter a major elite. This game also features stealth segments with sleeping grunts where you run around and melee them to death. These levels are long and can take you well over half an hour just to beat one, or 2 hours to complete one on legendary, if you're skilled at the game. The enemy AI in this game is brutal, and they will fight to the death trying to kill you. Using your radar can be useful, but for some reason I've only used it 2 times in the whole Halo series. Halo itself is an artificial Forerunner planet-like structure.
This is Fire Team Zulu requesting immediate assistance from any UNSC forces. Does anyone copy? Over.
That has natural terrain-like locations, like forests, jungles, deserts, and snow areas.
Fire Team Zulu, this is Cortana. In position. We're on our way.
And I have no idea how he managed to... I don't know what happened. That's one funny thing about the game, is if you are even touching, like with your finger, a vehicle as it moves, you are creamed.
This is Fire Team Zulu requesting immediate assistance from any UNSC forces. Does anyone copy? Over.
Screw being stealthy. Guns blazing.
Cortana to Fire Team Zulu. I read you. Fire Team Zulu, this is Cortana. In position. We're on our way.
Roger that. Make it quick.
Sometimes it's useful to wait for enemies to go right into your path. The stationary gun, or shade turret, has a somewhat rapid-fire triple beam burst. Aside from Master Chief, there are a few other characters, like Cortana, your AI companion, who gives you your mission objectives and helps you throughout your campaign. Then there's Sergeant Johnson, who's one of the most awesome Marines in the game, who was probably inspired by Sergeant Aphone from the Alien series. You also have Captain Keyes, who was one of the best naval leaders in the Halo series. The Marines who fight by your side throughout the game do help, but not too much on legendary difficulty. They are useful on legendary, but they will most likely die. The Marines alone in this game have over 1,000 lines of dialogue that can be triggered randomly throughout the game. Just the Marines randomly have over 1,000 lines. Whoops. This is the Elite Zealot, one of the various elites in the game. He acts somewhat as a general in the game. There are various zealots in the game. Almost everyone carries an energy sword. Some rare ones carry plasma rifles. The kinds of zealots can be shipmasters, fleet masters, field marshals, generals. There are also minor elites, major elites, stealth elites, spec op elites, as well as grunt majors, grunt minors, jackal majors, jackal minors, hunters, and various blood forms. You can also find active camo upgrades in the game that makes you temporarily invisible. This game also includes one of the greatest soundtracks of all time, and is intense, very atmospheric, and sends chills down your spine, especially on the last level and the intro to the game and at the main menu. This game also features co-op, campaign play, and multiplayer. In multiplayer you can play System Link, or you can just play split screen. And it can be very entertaining at sometimes. In multiplayer you have 13 modes to play through. Well, that's if you choose to make 13 modes, thanks to this game's custom game mode option. But there are actually 13 multiplayer maps to play through in this game. Also, if you want to, you can connect 4 Xbox consoles together for 16-player multiplayer games. If you're a fan of science fiction games, shooters, classic games, or games in general, I highly recommend you pick up Halo Combat Evolved, as it's fairly cheap on the original Xbox, and you can download it off the Xbox Live Marketplace under original Xbox games. This game is also available on the Mac with a few exclusive weapons and maps. This has been Halo Combat Evolved. Buy one, heck, buy two. That's an order, soldier.